Juelangi Yala de Langa Kazajinanjo.
The parts of the yoga activity, it has 5. The first is the yoga of eating.
Chirichoba.
And second is the Tsog Choba, or the yoga party. Or Tsog offering. Third is the yoga of the fire puja, or the jinsek in Tibetan. And third is Tsiju Choba, offering the tents. And then the Lamen Elchu.
The
yoga of the two, or the cleanup, that's not that important. Even if you didn't have a wash up, you could still begin your session. For the Mahānanda Yoga Tantra, that they would not take the cleanliness as the one of the most important parts. But rather, they take the inner yoga as most important. So not have the concept or toba as concept of the clean or unclean. Like in Tsog, you see that the Brahmin and Shudra, or the low caste and dark and so on, all being equal. But yet, though it is the way it is, but yet there's a lot of the gains or merits from remaining clean. Best of all, that you are very active and there will be less sleepiness, dozing during the session if you're clean. So if you choose to do if you do the cleanups, you can do it exactly where we had the one guru receiving initiation and crowning ourselves with the head of the family. That's you visualizing yourself as deity. Then you invoke the entire deity of the Heruka. And as you know, as we discussed just yesterday, that those who keep the doors and corners, they evict the obstacles and those who hinder the receiving of the initiation, and then they confer the initiation, purify all the negativities, and you are adorned with the head remaining water. It adorns your head with the namnang or the berazan along with the concert, and you can do that complete version as explained yesterday. So we had it yesterday, right? So we don't need to go in detail about it here. But the neljo of the kase or the food is very important for us.
마사 대토고 말에 마통바 대토고 말에
Since we can't live without eating or drinking,
저도 제 살이 저도 가져지네 요 맞아봐 제지 사자나 칸이 지 세지만 민테레르야 니바 봉부르는 좋은 거래.
because then, since we have to depend on eating and drinking, that if we drink or eat anything through the passage of our throat without the yoga of the eating, that every bite we swallow, we break or we create infraction, or we cause a secondary root downfall. Every bite we swallow, we create a secondary root downfall.
그러나 또 제지 사대도 민테 좀 주루지 미그려 봐. 다 니바 봉부 좀 주루진 좀 살래.
In a simple seating for a meal, we bite at least 15 or 16 bites, and so we end up creating about 15 or 16 secondary root downfalls.
그래서 니바 봉부 찌기에 매 길롱이나니 매 자와 진짜도 배 개로래 니바베 좀제기 치그려고 시작이 잡치그래.
The one secondary root downfall of Tantra is the far heavier than for a bhikshu to break all of his 4 root vows, or they creating all 4 downfalls 18 times.
다 가제 뉴데자 시제 소무 제시기 제차이메 쿠노 chen 양레 롱 랑레 메스 노쇼 노신 신럽죠.
So you place your meal just right next to you, and like where you do the fire puja, or you bless it first. For instance, from the yam there appears wind, ram, fire mandala, and so on.
노쇼 chen 던주 어와 오도 신실럽. 진실로 사도 사회고도 라바니게 사고 인자 라바니 곤살로 힘베 버체.
So now you bless your food where you bless your inner offering, and that you know well by now. And since we have to eat with our 2 hands, then can believe that our 2 hands are the kang and sagluk, which meant those two silverware they used during the fire puja, with which they pour the butter in the fire, that we should take
카타
it.
공시 카디 제시게 탑제.
The mouth,
곤살로게 탑나루 제시 따디 탑나 곤살로로와 어데네프
so take the mouth as the fire of the fire offering, and then put everything inside it as if you're making the offering into the fire.
난조면 난조바 소나 방이요. 네. 방이 라마 이당 초송 건도 임바체. 내 마음으로도 아니베 세게 당마데베 드즈베 야고실죠. 드즈제니 방이 될팀 라마 이당 고조알베 저기 마사마 말 될팀네 베토 니베 메바제 라마 이당 푸 류 류지게 세도 또 류지게 라 상마를 푸.
So, and then they try to think that syllable pam, which is the quintessence or embodiment of all the lamas, all the meditation deities, and all the object of refuge. To that syllable pam, you offer the very essence of the food you partake of. Or you also make the offering of your food to the deities of the body mandala, which you have at the center of your heart.
다 공사로 더 공치다 자신분도는 대래 답 대어를 지기는 세 그런 진실로 늦지.
So, if you have trouble to visualize your hands as the scoop and then another container inside which you pour during the fire initiation, sort of fire offering, and then the mouth as the fireplace and so on, then you just visualize the food as a nectar.
Dozija ma sai shabadela mege ta yebro chanani hinga hunda pangyi da ga yin telji o dan telen olo la lama chwa nyale che thogen yin choshin yongzo de na joyu be me ba che nanda ge zen meto zimbabwe nge chi sangdong.
So now then regarding of viewing your food as the nectar, then you can visualize at the center of your heart as you have that there's a ball, right? Right above the syllable there's ball. Inside that you can visualize the entire field of merit field, if you are capable of doing the visualization of the Lama Chöpa, and at the top of the Nanda then have a little flame of fire.
Ane sawa gong de zi de sa kada ne ma ru de zi dang ni chi dang ma gang yi ba de me ge tele na ge lama yi dan so xin yong zo la pu to nie ba che ba ya bu be to ju be de dong chu me mi ba che ni mo ji ni ji yo wa ni de da rang ge be ko ro se be ko ji ba yo wa rang ge di wa gang ge lo nan da zi me de ge me ra chi ne te me du dong ja ne ko ge ji ba da gang ge si me ba che mi ba che na ji ra ya wu yo de.
And try to think that nectar which you partake of, the food you partake of in the form of nectar, then which divides up itself into two as the essence or refined and the sediments. The refined part of the nectar you offer to the entire object of merit, that is the merit field of the Lama Chöpa at the center of your heart, and then the sediment part is burned by the little flame which is on top of the Nanda. So doing that in the form of like especially that if that food is offered as with respect by someone, then that becomes a wonderful way of purifying the core. There is such a debt.
That the Jogunaminduna Ral Hache. Kase duzi sawe go de hala pyo yin samba jeshana pen yore.
So even that becomes a little bit beyond your capability, then you visualize yourself as a deity and partake of the food as making the offering to the deity.
This one. That rebe tama do chego chona. Ta rangi sago yung mele khala tego yung re mele khala tego chone se dizile mu raya laje me kore laje pa lale pu lale ran lale pu me lale pu me ba che jana pen yore.
And that when you have to eat food for yourself as well as offer to other human, then also visualize yourself as deity as well as the other partner or the friends or that human, and you partake the food oneself as a deity as well as you offer the food to another deity with that respect or regards.
Tine chene chujele tongjume ne jelo yangle longa ji oma yune oma ahung che digre oma ahung che lang so chudu tongda chudu zi yin ba je ran la je la lu zi pyo mi ba je sha na pen yore.
So if we could do in such a manner, even if we have just a glass of water to enjoy, but we really get a tremendous benefit of making our offering of nectar to the deity. And if you can't bless that water with the complete version of the blessing or inner offering, but at least with the ahung and partake of food.
That the Gazan Jodo Kabuyori. Tama Majo Sona, Se Koraya Haji, Raya Haji, Savako de Latan Sibali Shiba Timbe, Tala Latime Mabajana, Oda, but never made Siri, Penshitani, you may mission, Talchimbu Ujiri.
So now I do hope that we will have at least that much of the time to spare, to think and before we eat. And if even that gets too complicated or too big, then you can just at least try to think the food as the deity, as well as yourself as deity. And when you partake of the food, you receive food as the reception of the wisdom beings into the commitment being.
That's the nature of the Kachamore. Tabarichi just Mazan de Tomare. Sai Shola Sosu Dijun Juro Jena, Shola Sosa, Shola Divajun, and Koya So Yumri. The Majava Jabame Goyan Chena, two Chusula Dish, the two de at the Des Leomari. Des says Madu Mavisa, Missip Hatchery Trolla Dang Shabare.
So, the eating of the yoga, that eating yoga, plays a very important role in our practices if you really observe it very clearly or very properly, objectively, because we can't live without eating. So since we have to eat to live, so thus that we should be very careful and to eat that scrupulously, and then it will be very helpful, and especially doing in such a manner we can accumulate or earn a tremendous amount of the merits and purify a large portion of the negativities and so on. That otherwise, if we are not careful during our day-to-day other activities, then it wouldn't be very substantial. We can't get very far at all. You just check up that how much time we spend in the actual session and how much time we spend out of session. The actual session is so small, there's so little that any kind of substantial realization of the accomplishment gets real tough.
Mrs. Chola don't studies and the just do Pemba member Chola in the Jigri, Salomado Sabat, Nimi Chimbo Yori, Diva Chajang, Diva Chimbo Yori.
So,
Niba Bumbu is a Nimajila Bumbu Kasu Jungumari.
And if we don't do it properly, then even though we maintain sessions, that we will find that our whole of our life has gone waste if we are not careful in those. Like just see, that if every bite we take in without doing in such a manner causes a secondary root downfall, then how many secondary root downfall we create each day and how heavy it is, just assess for yourself.
Then the Lacho or the Lacho, the Nanjuma Lacho, Young Dimjo Lacho, Dinjo Lujin, the Kaina, Lacho, the Poruchilang, Ma Tigo Sante, Lachi, Kashani Chajimare. That children Treva Sajin the one. So,
the hand puja that I will teach you, and that has to be taught with the doing it with hand. It is not the verbal instruction. We have to do it with the hand puja. Now next is Chiri Chopa.
Chiri Chopa Denjo Luji Jangan Sugi in the Chiri Chopa Sakitibu on the Tija Shaman, Reji Tishabajiting. Denjo Jingo Noti Mado, Ziba Penshi Ti Guamari, Ladu Zaniga Lane, Tizon Juni, their jump. Then the Chiri Chopa de Lavachin Lavagi, Devala Medo Goyada, Medo Puyada, Koe Zi Puyada, and the Dovata Jeshu Jason Daria Lone, Bene Susu Medo Puyada, Gangachi, then the Tama Lavella, the Rangichu, Martina Rabuda, then it's all Puyada, Jabuchiori. Naju Mala Chiri Chopa, the Negi Jabuki Chopa, and a Medo. So, Daliti, Vejiran Cheshetu Marsha, Goya Medo.
So, Chiri Chopa. Now that Chiri Chopa, please get the Tibetan down. Chiri as the external and Chopa as puja, but that is quite lengthy. That you arrange on the ground, then you on a plain place you draw the mandala. You don't need the complete, but at least you need the inner portion of the mandala drawn on it. And then with your left hand and placing the flowers on the right places with the right mantras and so on, and blessing of them on your hand, Then finally, your hand, which you generate in the form of deity and so on, you're receiving them back into your body. So, which you will not go in detail. It's
다 치료 쳐봐도 근데 제거했으나 배셔나라 네 송요래 지상제 배상의 제베 단주진 냐소는 쇼 송요래 지상제 배상의 제베 단주 나라 단주 크라마탄 사니 다 초지 쳐봐 자우 송야지 소지지마도 소주 누지 양 계셔 요마래 소자마도 요마래 대매가 이제 조조 단주 이머래 단주 렘발라 레루메네 레야 요마래 당 무슨 레루메니 속에 단주 말렘바체 루셰제 버 신고 루네
so now the Chiru Choba, again I gave you that title, right? The Chiru Choba. In the text it is not very clear.
님조라 치료 쳐봐도 두순 쳐봐 니요레스
Tusun Choba.
두순
No,
제류니 두순 쳐봐 되어래
in Hiruka there are two Chiru Chobas. One Chiru Choba and then Tusun Choba, triangle offering, the triangle offering, or Tusum, the three-corner offering. And in the yogini practice, it's not very clear. Whereas in one quote, it says that for the Chiru Choba, please get the title down, for the Chiru Choba, they refer to the text by Sangye Pesang. It says, the text by Sangye Pesang. Sangye.
사마무도 먹고 상지 배송의 제베 이차 나오지 단주 연수야지 어리스
So it says that do it accordance with the text by Sangye Pesang, whereas in his text, which is how to take the sub-initiation, again it says that do the Chiru Choba here. So it seems that he does not say how and why, how and how to. So thus the taking of the sub-initiation itself is the part of it. And thus sub-initiation you can do only when you have the required retreats done. So for those who haven't, they could do only through the actualization of the which means by accomplishing the mandala, then they could do it.
상지 배송 제베 단주 렘바 송요레스 라바 임바 다 단주 되나라다도 단주 코라마 지야마도 텔로스 소추 수지 송요레마 지마 저거 여마레
So as I told Latish.
텔로니 지 참마불랑 거지 이 정아 논담 그저 모르
So
데레체다 다 델레게시 셴네 디상 펜바지 셴나 단주레야 델라 레루멘레야 메바디리 치지 쳬베고 쳬니 야부요레스로다
So now we have to take the danju. And earlier that I was asked, did you say it? I said yes. Then you don't need to repeat since we don't have to count up our numbers. So
제주고도 소표가 찍고 맞아봐체 진고시험
So during the Tiju offerings, we can do that now.
제주 멤버이 많이도 걸리에 리그까지 전에 리그래 진고 더 올라 레지기 지데 전부 그 전부 진고 선도 진고도 샤 레지를 지자부터 띵
So now the that during the sok or even and on other times we could do too, that you arrange the mandala and at center sombu jingo, please write there was jingo sombu jingo, sombu, which means the hip, you're placing a heap of rice or something at the center of that mandala, cloth mandala which you arrange.
다 대가나 강송수 퇴바지자 퇴배나도 정지당 청이 진루
And at center you pour some rice or some grain, and then above that you have a tripod, and on the top of the tripod you have a couple or a container inside which you either poured honey or the alcohol.
대나라 드지르보다
And also you can pour the dutsuribu, the nectar pills.
송도지 친구지.
That's
대
the,
강라 투 순도의 친구 좀 신강라 수잡아 고고데 깔리강데 샤 레마부지 거 대강라 투 순도의 친구샤 나주급 나오시체스.
so that is the speech speech mandala, and above that above the skull cup filled with nectar, with the nectar pills, then with the red cloth on top, and above that you place the sindur mandala, that wooden one, with sindur on top, which is the sindur mandala of the mind mandala.
다들 도마 샴 최고 강제제 샴 초샴.
So that you arrange where would you do during your self-initiations, and also arrange all other offerings of the torma and sok and all those other offering materials.
다라겐들 봉바나라 라메 봉세다 샤피 봉쇼. 아니 나셔 도지 트부 너머를 치다지 상하체.
And have all the damarus and bell and vajra and all those sets arranged right in front of you, and also the vase inside which you have the acquired water from the vase of the lama, and you pour that inside it.
되니 다제도
Then you say your say your taki or self-generation or sadhana.
되제주 진고거 나신 봉바주.
And just exactly the way you do on long rituals, that you do the front generations, and then also you try to accomplish the vas.
최바 시제다 세로제 제신 제바프.
And make a very grand offering of the all offering materials with the required verses, with
나셔 제바프.
and offer the detailed or longer version of the inner offering.
아니 가져야라 되는데 그 또바 술가 이시시면 저저세 또바도 저 손을 다주 걸려버려 다주 만들어 제자 레루메나
And then Turpa, or the
또바 차네
long stana, long prayer. Then long prayer, you say it. Then right after the long prayer, then begins with self-initiation. Then you don't start the self-initiation. You just stop there.
레루 연에 다주 된쇼 그래
If you did have the if you have done the retreats, then you can begin with the self-initiation rituals.
다주 대요 대탈라 도마 표고 도마디 표
So you leave aside the self-initiation, then begin the torma offering.
된소 표
Then you make the sok offering.
대상이 진고 그 쇼가 된다 초초 제시죠 빠르게 거셔요
Now these Jingo Choga, Kilkor as mandala and Choga as ritual. The ritual of the mandala is very easily readable and placed very well in the right order. The textbook for that is available these days.
아다데 지금 있는 지리 쳐봤으는데 초초스는데 루쇼스는데 초가 제신 제가 초사야 야부지 용거래
So then, doing in such a manner, you get a very grand offering or done, which could be named as Chiru Chopa or Tupchu, accomplishment of the mandala, which we could say as accomplishment of mandala, or Chiru Chopa or Tupchu.
다 초표들은 초디베 챌린지 오버 정말 초표 차는 소라 마동 버루라 계속 패배 계속 세지요 말이 치가지 지주의 지지요 다나 싱글더버 천식의 저저 조금 말이 니바 치무요래
So, sok offering. That during your sok offering,
저야 비그러와 표 차는 소표자 차수나 한 소라 마동 거 버루들라 딜람 시부요래
so sok offering, we should maintain a very proper contact throughout. Especially that after we have made the sok offering, as you know that when we made the sok offering and from then till we give out the remaining out, that we are never supposed to involve in any kind of mundane conversation or any kinds of the conflicting arguments or any kinds of the even that argumentative finger pointing at each other or snapping at each other by the finger. Though we are not supposed to do any of those, and we have to maintain a very strict manner.
난저만 소리 따바 표고 인상 다 강가로 죄바 겸을 붙이지 다도 자루마도나 제주라 주지고 이제 메시지에 잡이 초요 말이 대에서 소표를 예주마시 제야 알리도 몰라마도 공주고도 매표표 쇼셔야 돼 러주 차순세 대쇼 아니 멤버 유레런디 시아마다 대조바다가 라마 공주고도 소표 쇼스라 아니 대생하다 자지전을 예선 주고래.
So now that every one of you or every one of us, we have always make the sock offering and so on, and we are a senior practitioner by now. So every day that to go the easiest way or the fulfilling the least requirement, that would not work. That simply would not work and will be waste. So we need some improvement, and so improvement and progress we should show. And also that when we make the offering, first we have to obtain the permission that we could begin with the following offering and so on.
So 사선주는 저버지거리. 공제가 너무 덩거리. 공제조 손은 소배 자배고도 아니 메송그 소배 자고도 소배들라 울소. 예서 발라 이놈도 만다나. 통 리베고도 소야 조주건의 상대에 사야 강인버데 예거지. 통주 강인버 용을 자고리. 처리니를 지지어 말이요.
So and when we set the whole version of talk offering, and as you do realize that three of us stand up and make the talk offering, right, with chanting. And at that time, the main talk should be at the center, and at the right side, there should be the bala. Bala, a name for the meat. There's a secret name for the meat. We don't we call bala, and on the left, mandana, or the alcohol. And also when you arrange the talk on the altar, anything edible should go on the right, and anything to drink should go on the left side of the table.
So 야주마주 너버드스던 리제 대사소나 어느 소마 잠바고도 야 도바보 예응얼마 포샤다 예응얼 모샤다 대요나 예응얼 사주도 걸어장 예응얼 통야도 걸어장 첫째냐지 여디 체스케요 말이.
So then they exchange the tunes, right, of the offering. You say something, and then the reciprocal chanting comes back, and again you say the following verses and so on. Then if there's a separate section taken up by the ladies and the gentlemen on the other side, then you should pass the edibles towards on the right and drinks on the left. That's where the ladies are. And if everybody is sitting in a mixed kind of, then it doesn't quite matter how you pass it.
So you call us in the so program Juba Pomuni Sangore. Pomonija the Jimatal Gore. Nanjoba Poshita Mojing about the Gore. Yaman Jayoma, Jimalona and Soba Malon Songore. Jadam Pot Yelde, Moyelde, and so good chocolate. Don't you saw my table gole, Poyo sat in the Masayang holiday. So Chang down to Julite. Moyo Sala Tunju Sojang holiday. So Sajut Julite.
So talk offering and the color or the circle of the talk offering. In such a case, then there should be presence of the both male and female practitioner, not less than 4 each in each member. So there should be at least 8. And in such a case that if the ladies are on a special section, they pass the drinks on their side first, drinks on them, and then edibles later, and on male side offer the edibles first and drinks later.
In Choma Debe go to Chosha and Choshan in Yandu Kene, Lava Judy to go to take to the Guamari.
So, some that when they pass the alcohol and the method of alcohol and the meat, they just try to pass it like crossing their hands and so on. You do not need to do that.
Today, Google in the Trasali Yogur, Jordan Terminal Yogur, Suchi Lemaba, then the Vando, the Suzo in the.
So, if you do need to do that, then it should be also done in the monasteries and in the upper and lower Tantric colleges. We do not have it there. Then I think who introduced it here?
Adi Madiche, the Madidela Madiche, or this Sechi Kene.
So some even though it looks very cumbersome, but they seem to try real hard to get that crossed.
Shati Domuni Shaba Yana Ceylon Lamu Shatazo. Robusito, Yana today Chigi the Moon somewhere. Mambo could marry to it, she do tell you, Gasha Zono Chigri. Choga Zella Zono Chunsun, Dibachimbuori.
So the meat which we offer, that try to at least have it fried or boil it a little bit, so that it looks clean, or at least it looks a little aesthetic. That when it's raw and looking, then some feel a little unclean or uneasy, and if they feel unclean or uneasy on such a substance, that it's really a big, that's sinful or sorry, negative, So that's we should try to do it in a proper way.
And Changde, those Ganga Zuzu Yomari, they were Ganga La Inza, the Salamavachi, Mezama Namto, Jechogu Maribati, Marat Labana, Kashan Lava Chugumari, Kaba in the Pareja, the Baba, Chele Yoinza, Gasha Nato Sabazu, Ganga Zugu, the Tung Jomatu Sang, so not Jigri, Chigravadi. Tenejuna called Diva Chimbasagri. Toman Chuju de Ragra, Tis Lu de Ligurati.
So when you pass the alcohol around, then make sure you have a spoon with you so that you can pour and distribute with the spoon rather than asking everybody to dip their ring finger in it, That then some might feel, that do I really have to drink that? They rinsed fluid of everybody's finger, because we can really assure that everybody has a clean finger that day. That some must have, but some could have that touched a lot of other things that are unclean, and if they feel unclean, then that causes, we give a chance, we cause him to create lots of negativities. So one mustn't have any bad attitude toward the soul, so at least we can find a small spoon and distribute with spoon.
Choyoki Abuja, Tomaya Riduni, Putabu, Cho Monora, Sangma, Ganga Chan saw the Choba Gertsan, Sanduji, Chuzangji, Sangmaya Gusuari, Tichoyoki Legari.
So have a strict offering attendant that who is meticulous and to arrange everything properly and bless everything with the proper scents and so on. So make it look neat and clean.
Mazuta Sangi, Chajit Tenshu Puri, Mare, Tenshu Mariga, Dongu, Privabuji, Dongu Kusho, Papa Lusek, Dongu Don, Dongu, Gishi Dongu, so Puguri. So Puni, when the Sami Singi Konzitabatsuge, 초총 알아 시담지 뉘에제 되바샤요나 알아 공자 매버라도 도지요나 대던 너네 케이스스드 미 신즈 동야게 지 시담지야 구샤이 말이 신즈 동야 요르와 지 시담지야 구샤 대디샤버리 여기 저역이는 바사 라긴 지어리 되게 때 야부 임베 크이제 신즈드는 깔리 공을루 대야디 아니 라마 대야 한 소표를 단디
So, in our monastery, the ones during one of the ceremony by the Papa Lose, he's a Rinpoche, and his son Siang Dochan was there too, and it was during for one of his Jishi degree of ceremony, and we had offering, you know. Then there was a little mix-up that we had a little. I think somebody had a solution with a little container alcohol in a bottle, and somebody got it mixed up with a varnish, and which they used to, and he sent the bottle of that in, and then we had an attendant who had lots of freckles on his face, and him being, you know, trying to be very meticulous, that he just poured a half of that in a skull cup and arranged that on the altar, and remaining on the altar for the rest of us.
제요 저거 괜찮은 마사지 때문에 고지 내가 지금 너무 늦지 저 표현을 듣자마자 저거 왜 살다가 그 미소 내네 저거 수저거는 약간이 그래 수련 도마지 괜히 저질 무실 지표수만 도시 저질 무실 지대 줘요. 너무 지대 쳐서 망고랑 표 매버려. 저네 가르쳐 쉐레를 주지다. 내가 그냥 알고죠. 건세버. 지 통마이 받은 쉬우지. 다들 가리는 맛이. 쉬어나는 저제 쪼동제 쉬어 조금 말이야. 마셔와는 캐나 차샤제 려면도. 한 포버디서 레디 캔두스 레코라나 허랭에 통샤반다 남서. 다 봐준 거야 돼. 그저 티브요래. 그래서 가시죠. 내가 어디 그저 지매요. 그저 지매를 그저 지매 그 통도 가시고 차와라. 요거 그래 레지 개원 레디 나마루샤서. 아니 라겐게 주베고서 표사네 야샤. 잡아마를 야도 데레 데마소. 데레실라 아양자 다데 가리인도사 매초 가시라 차고도 내 메이도 알아봐. 시부 차고도 추식히시죠. 추식통이 저 돈에 뱅금도 데 가리를 알아 리베죠. 레사 대 아버지 뒤다 모두데 아버지 말다 안데 두 말도 셔.
So that then he poured that in a skull cup and left that on the altar, right? When the whole offering was over, then that man I told you who has lots of freckles, you know, he also sometimes he has to be a little out of way, you know, in a way. Sometimes he gets a little out, a little showy, show off kind. So he just dipped that scooped that with a spoon, and instead of offering to his son Xiang Dojichang, he offered with the scoop from a spoon in his hand, which his sons took. And I could see on expression on his face that it doesn't taste good at all. And he just gave it to me, and he said that how it tastes. And I had a scoop on my own, and plus that, and it tastes awful. Just it burns my mouth and it burns my lips, and we are not allowed to spit it out. So I had to swallow it down, and then they passed to Tewa Rinpoche, and there are lots of others, and Zemi Rinpoche. And Zemi Rinpoche couldn't tolerate that at all, and he had to spit it out in one of his handkerchiefs. And then that monk, he didn't pass it out, but for the rest of the monks, he left it there. And then I asked that, could I have a glass of water, because my throat is burning. because it tastes really awful and it burns. And I got water and then still it keeps on burning. And I asked, are you sure we got the alcohol or anything like that? It doesn't taste quite near at all. It must be a poison or something. And I asked him.
두서 제역이 아버 지고 요래 변나 양해만 제봉을 벌은 제봉 고마 하바다 상게 캠부 오마부지 소유를 페니 코로나를 기초 부부지 비우승에 지요래.
So this is what I meant, that attendant has to be somebody who is very careful, so who take care of the altar well. And also I'll give you another story, that in the Komang monastery of the Debung, that there is a abbot from the Mongolia, Sopo, and he had a student.
nanzo sajubadi espirilune pagu yome espirindela rigojida tokan tisha yorwa shidangina ta temebaji espiri shidang yabaji lushanda ta kembu koran solo demen gitu biudi ara imare sanjamanuza temikayune luji tombare.
So he had a student named quite mischief, and there's a spirit, I think that's called. Yeah, that's is one of the petroleum product, spirit, highly inflammable, and so they use that for the stoves, right? And abbot, he had a jar of that or bottle of it in his room, and his student, being mischievous, he thought that looked like alcohol. I should have it, just taste, and he poured that in one of his glass, and he took a sip of it.
배 캔사지 차샤사 아니 지제 가르쳐봐 대통령 있으서 아니 지야여 말에 초통 주는 뱅금에서 보고도 정벌 정말 신도다.
That spirit, then when we asked him later, when he really looked in a bad shape, I was told that he's very inactive and sort of very lethargic, and it looks that he's not quite drunk, but he's lethargic. And asked that, what did you drink? Then he told him that he drank that substance in that bottle. And I think it burned his inside, and we couldn't save him. He died.
매매자요는 자기 누구 준 제유도 알려지 누구 거 돈이로 붙이니 가시 저도 그랬디 아니 저도 중소는 저절로 저도 전에는 니바 공부를 야에 니바 친구요.
So that when you pass the alcohol around, please make sure you pass it with, don't let everybody dip their fingers in it, because if everybody dips the finger, then if there are 100 people and the 100th one, he's going to have the fluid which has rinsed the finger of the 99 people. So, and in such a case, then if he feels that he's drinking a liquid which has rinsed the hands of 99 people, then and feels unclean, then that is again one of the secondary root down for Tantra. So please.
저기 갈라 저리를 저간을 대야래 저버데 라마를 갈라니레 예모서 집어대고 아주 가시게 온제래 더버치대 저요래 더버대게 용데 디페셔널 도당요 말이야 더버대고는 던서 저라 동산의 제출이 니 먹고 송제 시정아 되게네 제출이야.
So when you make the sock offering, then when you offer the share, it says clearly in the text that for the lopen, one guru, one who sits or leads the talk, to him you double the portion, and for the rest there should be a single share. Nobody, that everybody should be uniformly distributed the talk. And if you choose to have somebody offered more, you can do that when the remaining talk given out. Then you can give as many as you want, even 5 or 10 times more to somebody if you favor somebody, and give 10 times more. But during the talk, it says clearly that only one who deserves is the guru, to whom you offer the double the portion, and for the rest, single portion. So not even to one who leads the chanting, that you should have the uniformly offered.
Sola do masaba do so big yoya de mabu yone, no lo so kin su kala deva mado, go chilu the ken de chomari.
Until you have sent out the tokla or the remaining tok offering, that you are not supposed to send out any talks outside the door or the distribute outside other than the participants inside. That even though you can have a large portion left on the altar, but save them on the altar, only participants could have before the tokla is sent out. Remaining talk is sent out.
Na minrugundu sabu kawaisan rudeza kashe sala taba pele sabu dindegi. So ta pugurwa pune solma te mate gone lamsa taban so nda chapudu chi goro julu ke guru ke chulu dwa jenda sal pugurdu kashe jenda pele cha so punge tinyo tong etela tile che lo mare.
So sort of that as I being a real traveler, and as I travel all over, and I do see lots of such incidents, that people right after the talk is offered, that just trying to please somebody whom they know, the moment the talk is made, they try to put some in a clean plate, and they just right away they go rush out of the door to give to the sponsors or benefactor and all others, and one is never supposed to do any of those.
That hitang chego mare deni chog kolbe tando bichale yabuta woni jawa gesan jasu sung chog tika yore tenalis tana bicha kombudo manzo tanda bicha ragmendo tende nala sebo yosere tiri ta chola do macha bado susu cho ine shogu nalu chilo kerjiyo mare chilo tando keya yone tando kechogre.
If you want to know more detail about the talk offering, then refer to the text by the 7th Dalai Lama, Gyaltsang Gyatso, that I heard it is very clear in that text, and though it looks very rare, because I still haven't found a copy of that yet, but you should look for it and read. And it's very clear there. And also that even though that is your own share offered, but you are not supposed to take your talk out until the talk is sent out. Talk or remaining talk for the others guests is sent out.
Choga choga kashe nala ya kashe peshin mindu na phe che sa chiori. Tela ani chulu jeda kashe ke tijike ni so go zu ni do go yore. Gashe ke so do ma le tizu chogo ma res shingi tiji zo zu ken yore. Ta zu gari ni men mi shen de na phe che ngara zu so do re ma re. Lama le ya so phu ya de phu ya go ma go ndo ba de ndo cha so na lam so phu ge so go la gu sha ma je go de so ta ba ko su ku jo ge den ge chu de ba ku su tu de tra la so phu chi ken le phu go re. So
uh, that in the text of talk it says that one fresh part of it should be also offered, fresh part fresh part from the talk. And some earlier practitioners, that they, I think, not unable to comprehend properly about the East meaning. Some just try to cut from the tip with the little knife and offer by throwing up, and they said that. Then some started saying to cut a chalk with a knife does not look nice, so we should do it with a wooden knife, and so on. But whatever, it does not mean that. But what it meant is to have another share in a clean plate for the object of refuge as well. So make a share for the object of refuge, which you take on a separate plate, and arrange it on the altar as well.
다 초라도 용도 초라도 만보 자주면도 등에 비세 또 초가 고바 말에 말한수 초라디 초라 만보지자 메만고제 초라 만고제 다 제대로 서로 지금면도 지옥에는 서금면도 대출로다가 요샤도 야고면도 대수에 때네 초라 동행도 지게 대 남에로 비세 초라도 뉴뉴 때때 루데 뉴레.
And when you keep the little portion of your offering for the chokla, for the remaining guests, right? When you give out a little part of your own share, please don't make it too big, because now this is my personal suggestion, okay? That personal suggestion, because that when we have a huge pile of such an offering and lying outside, it looks very wasteful to me, because the birds don't eat, and since birds and none of the others eat, it does not look nice that such a huge pile of food laying out, and so it doesn't look nice. So please make sure that you don't put too much, just a little part as sample on the plate.
지레레다 초기 고래이네 단도 도저제시 지주요리의 초도도 표토나 신들의 편시자 용케 치마레 초사야다 조지 데르다 지주kö발에 조초레 샤당 창닝 이바도 버젤라 때문에 거리 중중레.
So now this is very important in terms of the accumulating and earning the merits for this life, as well as, of course, for the merits for the future lives, or the lives that all the lives or future lives, and also in terms of these lives and so on. So thus that talk offering is also one of the primary offering for the Siju Chöpa, the offerings which we do on tents.
다 드네 제시리야 제시들이 같이 먹어지. 냐발에 룬다 동손이 제시 하고 괜지로 로제로시제 야부지라나마도 던디셰베 니그마리.
Now the next is about jinsek, or the fire puja, or burned offering. So burning fire puja. Now that you have to do only when after you're through with the retreat, and you will need the help of somebody who has done it or who knows it well, and you would not be able to retain that if you try to teach it here. So after you have done the retreat, then you need to seek the help of somebody who has done it.
다 세지 줘봐들 제인도 닌수 망고 요래 제바 제는 다 다기셔야기 두셔데 레롱 요는 단조래 진고심 강제제제 레롱 맨나니 단조요 진고심의 루트는 야다지 다 제바들이.
So now Siju Chöpa, that offerings on the tents, and as I told you earlier, that if you have a retreat, the best thing will be to do the self-initiation, complete ceremony of the self-initiation, and if not, as explained earlier, you could do the tupchu, or the accomplishment of the mandala.
드냐 냐 도구 존의 뒤정그 다젠드 사소는 뇌제지 다 젠장 뇌제 루토네 제버리 마토네 두전 어제 돈을 제가 배면서 돈을 제가 도마 피 될 소지 피샤나 다 뒤뒤로 붙이나 저를 유리 도스래.
So, or that you can say your sadhana, and then if you have a lot of time, then try to do the front generation, and if you can't do the front generation, then at least you could invoke the deities in front and as a guest, and then you can offer the dharma and all those offerings before them.
사야 제 내가 좋아 제 상다 샤려 마라 수수 저 지신체 전제 만족 되서 매바로 되는 거라 지지 저가 동로 마주나 대전하데 차송로 넣어줘 온소면 하 켈렌지어다 켈렌데 차든 켈렌자요는 니주자지 넣어고래 다 니주자지 하전도 쪽으로 마모도 쪽으로 증거를 쪽으로 대통령 이나 제주 처벌 고쳐 말이디 제주 맞이에 니바요 말에 송요 배치돼 송요 양지제도 제주 처벌 고여 저거래 한도 마대 처벌해 이야den 한그 처벌도 되바 니자리요래 내 대니 주시 나라 하나 거지 처벌 자세야지 요래 하디 처벌이 요래 송야 송수니 요다 가리님의 처벌 고셔로 전에 야버래 마셔네 니바 마셔서 존에 알리고 아우즈르바다 두바다 우토는 토스래.
So, now the Siju offerings, the thought offerings on the tents, that they must do, or sometimes because of the circumstances, because of the non-availability of the right materials, like alcohol, meat, or anything, and because of the non-availability of material or circumstances, because of the irreversible circumstances and so on, if you must miss the salt offering on tents, then you can triple the pledged mantra, triple the numbers of the mantra you are pledged to say. And they're saying that in such a case that it does not fulfill the having said the talk, made the talk offering, but it saves us from infraction of not making the talk. Infraction of not making the talk. But some say that it also helps that to making the talk as well, since the mantra, it is a mantra, and mantra is the both offering as well as the mantra is both offering as well as the supplication or the praise, as it says in the 14th Tini or the factors, where it says that make the offerings with all the mantras, in which case meant the mantra of this deity and so on, right? So thus it is also the offering. So thus it also helps us to fulfilling the making of talk offering as well. But best thing is that do the talk offering, that if you can make it possible for yourself that you make the talk offering.
야 리데미 쳐봐 사지 송요리. 리데미 쳐봐 생한테 보모 준비 취지 망고베 장마 송나 두 어딘데지 개도네 리데 쳐봐 임바 군자 하마고 제 다 추게도 고셔야 되는 고셔도 도점 대관을 되는 대대주 아니 칼라테 조 샤당 청제네 하 상로를 군주 내주마 인사면 뭐지 내주마 제신의 제셔제 어디네 전에 제주고 저리 소야지요리 다들 여기 거부지지래 용도 거부 말해.
So or the name called Rigdenme Choba, the offering to the Rigdenma or the Vidyani, or offering to the knowledge ladies, which meant that the inviting about 3 or 5 or 7 the virgin young ladies, and offering them spreading out the kusha grass and so on, and with the proper arrangement, and satisfying them with the grand offering, especially that of the chang or alcohol and meat. And this also fulfill the having made the salt offering, but having made the salt offering.
다 체지 줘봐야 양호 체지 망호 체지전 나와라 니니 개그래. 초사바 조 저긴 양호 체지도 제부체. 저버정 조 저긴 망호 체지 조체. 양 난조마다 딤조 니자 된 해이는 양호의 딤조가 줘봐체. 망호의 난조비 줘봐체. 망호의 시려리 양호의 타버리. 제가 여용이 체지들의 동리잖아. 야부시라요.
And so if you are mainly focused for the earning the merits for yourself, then since we do the 2 salt offerings a month on the 10th of the facing moons and 10th of the waning moon, right? Waxing and waning moon. So on the waxing moons, if you are mainly focusing on the earning of the merits, then you can more a grant of type of the offering on the 10th of the waxing moon, and if you are more into the purification of the negativities and so on, then you can make a grand salt offerings on the waning moons, 10th of the waning moon. Whereas if you incorporate the practice of both Heruka and Vajrayogini, then on the 10th of the waxing moon, have a grand salt offering of the Heruka, and on the 10th of the waning moon, that since the Vajrayogini is of the wisdom, then have a grand salt offering on the 10th of the waning moon for the Vajrayogini.
다 로코마 제주강가 마치 강투두제 타만 예매 러베지 대마존에 제다와 양호망군이라 마셔버지 아토메도제 제다와 세야데 변다自动제는 주지베 세버주루니 제나 샤르레 제나 나와 주지베 니성하다 중니베 세버주니레다 주지베 정안에 주루니 중니베 정아바도 제한다오레 다도 네 군기시군주 싱그레 제나 제한다와라 칸도도 되셔레 제한다와 세준이부터서 제한다와라 칸도도 야부체 배 도즈 자가로 제톤이 야부요레.
So and this is about so in a year that if we could do the salt offering without missing any single day of the salt offering all year round, that will be very helpful or most wonderful, and especially try to do a very grand and proper offerings and proper practices on the 25th of the 11th Tibetan calendar and 10th of the 12th month of the Tibetan calendar. Those that 11th of the Tibetan calendar is named after as Gye Dawa, which means increasing month, and that month is regarded as the day or month of the collection of the dakinis. So on 25th of that month is a very auspicious day, a day all the dakinis gather together. And since you have the Geshe-la here, and he would know when it is, so you make sure that you have a proper, and whatever virtuous practices you do, that try to do it real and give it the best you can.
So
I think so I think we won't go too details about the salt offering, and in the Tibetan astrological charts, that as you find sometimes there's 10th missing. If the 10th day is missing, then have it done on the 9th. And if there's double 10 days, 10th, then do it on the earlier.
This one. That teaches the Dome Choga the Sheward. That Dome so the Chidon Doma Shending on the Sagumari, Shejumamburi. Then dig a Doma Chana, the Picasso don't take it. In a Doma Landema, 도마치 니 주지기바게 나자 미도 요레데 제다니 시비 베제바노 시치게는 가바치네 도만 지된 데마데 니스도 되그래 지된베 도마던 지된 데베 도마니 요레.
So now next is about the Torma offering of the Torma. Now as you watch on my right and you see it on the altar that we have our Torma on the altar. And Torma, if I go in detail, it could be about between 1 to 11. But if we summarize all the Torma according with Tsongkhapa, they are well summarized under two types, the worldly or the Jigdinba and Jigdinadeba as trans-worldly and Torma. So worldly Torma and trans-worldly Torma according to Tsongkhapa.
다 도마데 너체치네 도마치 샴 제라제 데발레프 마데발레프 가구구디 푸샤는 디기요. Yeah.
But you can arrange it in a single container or arrange them in a single container, then you can offer it to the trans-worldly as well as worldly.
다 도메 주차데 가르고아레스나
Now materials for the Torma.
도메 존송네 야고요레.
It will
제자까지 손이 야가요레.
It will be real good if we have all the required materials present.
다 조텔라 잠바 투시 제시아르부티게 세바즈야르부치 세지 고거다.
So first we need the material for the dough, right? Like either out of the samba
양면도 가이네 지 고거다.
samba or the wheat powder or the grind of the rice or the white flour that we need material for the dough.
아니 샤고르 청고르 조레.
And then the eminent substance that is the eminent ingredient, meat and the alcohol.
마고르 쉐마고르.
And also we need the butter
쉐마셀르다.
and the fat.
드지르고르.
And we need nectar pills.
고바고르, 송고르.
And we need the garlic and also we need the onion.
코바고르. 코르와 발리.
And we need the bread to go along with them too.
드체고르. 드체샤바.
And we need the cooked rice.
첸투고르. 두차 고샤바. 가부. 두체르부터 내체르 요아 첸츠샤바.
So also cooked wheat or cooked barley.
도리 매베 맨난 hen송고르.
And also all kinds of spices.
두 만지베 매 나가 자도 주지 요래 야 그나.
So all kinds of spices that other than anything poisonous, nothing poisonous.
매 자도 주지디 다르선인 다른 살라 매치녀나 되네 연로 맨로 야셰메도 다 배치 연로.
Actually, they prepared as many as that 111 ingredients or different spices, or the different spices, or not really spices. Some are what we will call ingredients, right? Or then that they make a pill too.
다 도마 표야데 나자 준데 도마 뒤준 표야데 개침물에.
That it is good to make the Dharma offering each day of
도마 수단에 준이래 갈래고매 수단에 표고 수다래 마존은 뒤래. 너제 지나다 사야 통야 강가루 샤동 강가루 때때루 하도수루 초부 표시한 뒤래.
So I wouldn't go into detail about the shapes of the Dharma offering, because that's the way we make it in Tibet, and you could arrange all of them in a container and arrange that on altar, all these materials.
Tujun Toma Daba Putobati, Kechimuri, Pache Seva, Moru Niba, Moru Betoya, Kangala Ju, Zochiri, Tomati.
The offering of Toma each day is very helpful, especially to make the powerful attainments and so on, receiving as fast as possibility and protecting oneself against the obstacles and hindrances and so on.
And Sijula Gibado Puguri, Sijula.
And especially we must make the Toma offering on the Tsiju or on the tents.
Leron Yamba de Pugure, Nimadri Pugure.
And when we do the Lerung Nyemba, that's during our retreat, each day of our retreat, we must make the Toma offering.
Toma Chelo de Nacho Yale Long Rale Ale Megujibu Satima, Nacho Chelo Jure.
The way we bless the Toma offering is just exactly accordance where we bless the inner offering, just like the Yam, wind, Ram, fire, and the three tripods and so on, that as it goes.
Tome Chelo Duna Oma Ahu Hahushi, Tasum,
Whereas to bless the Toma offering, if we summarize the blessing of Toma offering, then the mantra I said just now, that Om Ahum Ha Ho Hi, that repeating that 3 times, Sasum. Repeating that 3 times, that is the blessing of the Toma offering.
Tamiba Nimber, Sanjang Jesung, Miba Yasung already. Sudu, Lavanya Dojo Kosun Dirva.
Please watch.
Sudu, Timandir, Lave Timas. Dojo Kosu Yumbed, Yebel Gola, Yomashad, Chavar.
So place your right fist, left hand stretched up and right on the fist of the right hand. Please watch.
Chavar, yeah.
That's the
Hung, sir.
And this for Hung. So did you get it?
Tandinala de Andeparula Huncha, he said of the television, Tombo Sudu only was a Toma, Pe Jang. So, Atru the Toma Dizichilla. Somba Hunchu, the Mambo Pebe, Dai, Imudra, Samadu Chireti, Sebuke Menu.
So now this looks that first with your left hand resting on your right fist, that's from the Om, purifying sending forth the light and purifying, and then second with your left hand.
Only was it in the domain Nijan somewhere. Song. Sudu Adi Gatsiri, Mevachiaki meeting. Agi did Sanwache, Agi Denzenta, Taman Jang, Tomber Jang. Hung Siadi, Chebetori. Hung Dirva or Dedon Ishigi Sabanza, Hunge, Tomat, Tantonio Kangaya, Yatruchu. How is Siadig, Miba Karina? Did it change the Duzing or Churubatan, Seba Mabatin, change the Ingra, how is Chachunga Chacha insert?
So that's the mudra for the Hahori. Please watch. That mudra is named as the mudra of the Garuda. Mudra of the Garuda. They are for the Hahori. Mudra for the Hahori, mudra of the Garuda.
Hahori, Hahoris. And that is Jobu Jonamato Rudu Kama.
So please, you have to do it fast, and so also try to have it within your control. And so there's 3 things which goes along with it. With Om, that is to purify, and with it is with Om to clean up. With to purify, and with Hung to develop. Okay, so with with Om, through the radiation of the light, it purifies, or sending forth the light, it purifies all the demerits or the faults in the substance, and then the which is a negative, which is a negative, then transform everything into the state of the bliss and void, and Hung, which is in the middle of the two fingers, so two palm with middle of the thumb, as shown earlier, that you develop within the state of that emptiness, then you develop the whole container and the content, the dharma, and then followed by that hahori with that mudra.
That dharma jinjila no solo pyugurese Drushe jeni jingo drusha yu ne jingo ga lasu le pyujure dono jen changwa mare yoyo bare. Drushe men jen chang pen misje.
So
Bangi le wose chu wo men na la ma jizun doji na ju ma je. Chao chu ne be pa wu da na ju ma ba do me ba jiden ba dan jiden len de ba jiden be klasen di je ne chen be changwa lu jen chang.
So as just now did, that if you do not have a object already visualized in front, then with that mantra of the Pem, you invite all guests from all 10 directions right in front with that mantra, okay, and make the talk, make the dharma offering. Whereas if you are doing already have accomplished the mandala in front, then you do not need to invite the separate guests, since you have the mandala right there, and you make the dharma offering right before them.
다랑가서 표야 되다. 쇼다리시 표고 이바 뱀 오면이 주선 시아도 돈을 제 장용물. 라마 이단 선지 전 보고 최단 지된 좀 와서도 라마 이단 선지 전 보고 가로 쓰는 거네 전에 이담래. 다 추중 소마들 최단 지된 좀 와서도 최중 와서도 지된 대배 소마 소리. 지된 좀 와서도 지된 배 소마 소리. 어야.
So now that we send forth the immense light, and then invoke with that mantra we invite all guests, right? Then all the lamas, all the meditation deities, all the Buddhas and Buddhisms and so on, that every one of them who are the object of refuge. And then amongst the Dharmapalas, it says Dharmapalas who are taking care of the Dharma, and Jigten Chongwa, one who takes care of the worldly. So that means Dharmapalas and also those beings who take care of the worldly or the Lokapala.
Jigten Chongwa, Lokapala rewa, ta ali daga dja tari. Yang ni chego. Molon del rajtu, tando chagmari ni. 공원에 남지 좀 버티고 지시에는 마도 리기요 말이 또뭐 별로 양에 상쇼 셰죠 상쇼도 그래 다 단지 산도 가보 말이 공원에 남지 좀 버티 온거 단다데 니레 해야지 쇼쇼쇼 온도 남지 좀 마셔 봐체 돼요 그래서 그래서 온도 남지 좀 버티고 지시한 거고요 다 나중에 본론에 대바지 마셔나 본론 되고 본론 제바들 제바 당에 본론에 저 동기 달린데 조선 동면로
So now here we will stop for the Dharma discussion on the teachings on Dharma. So more we will have tomorrow. But now what I will do in a following session after a short break is I will go over with the prayer, a long prayer, since we have said each and every day of our life, so if we know, so that's why it will be helpful, so I will go over that with you. And also I will talk a brief discussion about the Wangtun, meaning of the initiation, how to incorporate the meaning of the initiation into our path, in how to incorporate or to consolidate the meaning of the initiations onto the stages of our path or the course. That's very important for us to know, that because that we have taken so many initiations, but we still do not know that on what parts of our course they apply to. So that's why, since it is so important, I'll explain you how to incorporate the meaning of the Wang or Wang onto the Lam Tirimpa, means stages of path, until is to consolidate. And then more that will follow after.
난주면 조린디 셰는 배치르다 조고요. 사마마샤나 먼저 다바리시 또또또 사주야디. 아니 야내제 겐게 사주. 아니 연대 지야래 연대 마저 또 사주 강가 사주는 여보면도. 이네 셰케나도 졸라 그래. 저런 수조라 조 스네 네 직전에 템바 마누바 개치레 마도베치게 다산에 기시 라마 be samjime shaba tinde yore chile sheze tinde ngai na da loe gengo ji koju tsuju shibu me chi lawde chede je ni lawde chede je shira ram mendo de ne ta ngara sun ri de ba yin sam kari chi se je bo ya tinde je alin de ba ji zo ju so ne nga zo la so na nari chudu da de ba to la ju me ro sam
so that a little teaching on the poor will also follow. Now, the main important thing, that we shouldn't miss much. Yeah, and that's why, I'm planning on giving you a teaching on the Zorim as well. For that reason, I'm planning on giving a brief teaching on Zorim or the completing stages as well, because every time if we take an easy way, then that will get us both nowhere. That if you take the easy way for your practice and so on, then that lead us to nowhere. So that's why, as we have to do it properly, so I will try to give you a brief teachings on the Zorim or the completing stages as well. And most important thing is that for the preservation of teaching, that as long as teaching prevails, that you will find somebody who will teach you. There are lots of other excellent issues, and you will have chances to learn from them. And for myself, being of such a matured age, and sometimes I'm quite forgetful, and so on. But most important thing is that we should take everything serious and not do it easy way, but try to do them properly, and then that's why I'm trying not to miss any, and I pass at least message out for you. And if I do have to miss, then I'm planning on missing that on the 6th yogas of Naropa.
Yeah.
Sanjay Shinto Mede Puvai Dogra Nagash Shotam Guru
Get my chance to learn about the church here, because the judgment of that. Jing was a ni was a song.
If anyone needs a translation of prayer, then saying once more, we're going to be praying about now.
No good to share to them. Nima soon got any magic share. Church share the Southern Dongre, give a longer or did it. Ah. Yeah.